Hey everybody, welcome back. So as we're finally getting a little sunshine in our lives, since I live in a nice cold area, and it's the beginning of February and the sun is just starting to get high enough that if I stick my face in the air, it actually feels warm. Yeah, in December and January, the sun really isn't super high enough to really feel its warmth, and now we can start. And my battery died, so you know how batteries just love the cold. But anyway, I finally get a chance to get outside, even though it is cold. It is 34 degrees, 32 degrees out right now, but the sun feels warm, so I'm gonna try to get some stuff done in the chicken area. Like, the coop is disgusting. So I tried to clean that up a little bit. We kind of just get through the winter in the coop area. But I wanted to move some of these, the leaves into the older area, because it just helps with absorption, and it just works a little better in the drying time. So I just want to get outside. I miss being outside. I miss it so much. So, but I wanted to talk a little bit too about what our actual plan is here. So in my town, in my county, they're pretty restrictive here of what they will let you do when it comes to like livestock and animals and kind of homesteading. My husband and I really want to start to head towards the homesteading world, and unfortunately where I live they're very, very restrictive. But I'm very much a planner, and my daughter's in high school. My son is graduating high school this year, and my daughter is in 9th grade, so she'll be in 10th grade next year. And I feel like that's not a lot of time. So I feel like when she graduates, we will have the capability of potentially finding some more property and actually being able to build a homestead that we want to. And right now, we are in the learning phase. We got chickens, so we're learning all about chickens. I've been gardening for years, so I'm just going to continue to learn about gardening. I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything. I've had a lot of successes. I've had a lot of failures in my garden, but I'm trying some different things to see what works and what doesn't work, so that way when I'm at a much bigger scale, that I can be successful. They're funny. They're being silly. And I think this is going to give us the time to really plan and learn about things. Part of the thing with my new job was that I can take a lot of call, and sometimes that's a positive, sometimes that's a negative for people. My perspective is, in my old job, for me to make more money, I had to spend more time there. I had to work more, so I was away from home more. Whereas in this job, if I'm on call, I can take a lot more call. The pay to carry the pager is much higher in this department, so I can still be home and still be getting paid. So it's a small sacrifice that if the pager goes off, I have to drop everything and race to the hospital as quickly as I can. But I think that's a small sacrifice to me, that I'm not spending many more days at the hospital to be able to make the same amount of money, if not more. I can make much more money and still be home doing stuff. And honestly, I like being home. That's not a shock to some of the people that know me. I like to be home. So it's a win-win for me. And so we're just gonna really try to plan a lot of things. We're paying stuff off. We want to get everything paid off. We want to do this homestead more in cash, so that way we have this 10-year plan, that in 10 years that I don't have to work potentially, or as much. I can maybe work per diem or something, and be able to spend more time on the homestead, so that way we can build up our infrastructure, because I feel like that's the most important part of a homestead, is having your infrastructure. and we want to have, 20, 30, 40 acres of property and be able to have some larger livestock. I dream of, having a cow, milking a cow, and all the things that I can do with raw milk. Having goats, having pigs, maybe having beef cows. I can't do that where I am. So I'm limited to what I have right now is my garden and my chickens, and I'm just gonna continue to just keep learning and watching videos and learning things from other homesteaders. And that's really what my whole focus has been, learning to do new things, making sourdough bread. I want to become more self-sustainable, and that way if something were to ever happen, I know how to do things. Doing my research and learning new things so I can make bread. I want to be able to make cheese, make butter, do all these things, do more cooking from scratch and learning how to do things at home. And I want to learn these things while I'm at the point that I am still spending time away from home. And that way I think we have egg songs going on. I think they were waiting for me to get out of the coop so they could lay their eggs. Now, it's that time of the day. But anyway, that's kind of my process. You'll learn along the way. We have a couple of things that potentially may be coming up, but I'm not really sure, so I don't want to say anything just yet. But I'm super excited, and our first endeavor is raising chicks all on our own. I want to get to a point where I don't have to purchase chicks from somewhere. I have these 2 cockerels, which will be roosters, and I want to see how that works. So that's going to be our first journey. Well, I have lofty goals here. The leaf mulch is just still a little too frozen. I mean, I can shovel some of it out, but, I'm just trying. It's been so wet and it's so cold, and I'm trying to keep things as clean as I can. It's really hard here in the wintertime to keep chicken areas clean because everything's frozen. I wanted to come out to my garden and maybe just stand here. Guess what? Oh, the ground is too frozen to even get into the garden right now. I know, it's just, I want to get out and do stuff because the sun feels good and I just can't. So I have to learn to be patient because I am definitely not a patient person. It is not something I am good at. I need to work on that. But anyway, at least enough to catch you up of what our goals are. So, things may be going a little bit slower around here, and that's okay because, we have renovation projects that we want to do in our house. Like my kitchen is from the, God knows, 60s, 70s, I don't even know. We have a lot of things that we want to do, but I don't want to take out a bunch of loans and do things hastily. So I guess I'll just keep working hard, work on the things that I do have, learn new things, try to make sure that I can do them well, like my bread, sourdough bread, making bagels. Those are things that are becoming much more expensive in the store, and I want to learn how to not buy them and just make them myself. I mean, right? Big goals here. But I'm just trying to go real slow because I don't, I tend to go headfirst into something and then just not finish it because I'm frustrated, and I don't want to be like that. I don't want to do that. So, we'll just keep plugging along, and day by day, it's like February, 4th. January and February seem to be just like dead months for me, to be quite honest. I wanna do stuff, but it's just too cold. So honestly, it's just survival mode, really. And geez, my compost pile is frozen, the ground is frozen, fences are just everything is just still frozen. And that's just a struggle. But at least, the plastic's up on the chicken pergola that I made for them, so at least they still just have a dry place they can get out to. We will work on our chickens and hatching eggs. That's what I'm trying to say. Some of our eggs that we've seen when we're eating them is that they are fertilized. So yes, you can eat fertilized eggs. They're fresh. They're fine. But soon we'll stick some of those in the incubator and give it a go. So taking it day by day, and just can't wait to get outside and get moving and get motivated and enjoy this nice sunshine. It's been a great couple days, actually. So as always, from my coop to yours, thank you for growing with me so I can grow with you.